Welcome to the 2025 edition of DADITUDE, BBQ, and more. And today we're going to start the new year right with the New Year's classic pork loin. Stay tuned. You aren't going to want to miss this.
DADITUDE, barbecue and more. DADITUDE, barbecue and more.
Welcome back and Happy New Year from DADITUDE, BBQ, and more. Today we're going to do the New Year's classic pork loin. But before we get started, you know what to do. That's right. You slap that bell and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. And make sure you share this video so other people can learn how to be good cooks, either for the holidays or just for everyday cooking. That's what this channel is all about, just the everyday cook. Now, we are going to do, as I said, the pork loin. I have a massive pork loin here. 8 pounds that I got from Sam's Club. You know I like to buy my meats from Sam's or Costco, but you could find the pork loin in a smaller version at Walmart or Kroger or any other supermarket. You can also oven roast this, but we're going to do it today on the Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 smoker. I'm going to be setting the temperature today at 225 degrees. And probably within the last couple hours of the cook, I'll bump it up to 250 degrees. We want the internal temperature, especially right here in the middle, to be at about 145 degrees internal. I'm going to pull it off, and then we're going to cut this sucker up and give it a taste before my family comes over today and partakes in New Year's Day lunch, which is a tradition in my family. Now, as you know, I usually like to use olive oil as a binder, but today we're just going to use classic yellow mustard. We're going to use some DADITUDE seasoning. Now, I would say use any seasoning you like, but make sure it has some salt and pepper and some garlic and maybe some onion powder in it as well, but something that will be a good taste to the pork. I'm also going to put on some sage seasoning today along with some rosemary, and that's how we're going to season it. This should be a very easy seasoning, and we'll get it out to the smoker as soon as possible. But you know what the motto is on this channel. We're going to cut the flab and get straight to the meat, so that's what we're going to do. Nobody wants to hear me talk. So first things first, we're going to take our mustard binder, and we're just going to spray it over the top. We're going to rub it in all around the top. You can see how easy and fast this works. This is not a hard thing at all. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off. Now, if you have some grill gloves like I have, you can wear those to do this. I decided not to do that today. First things first, I'm going to add the sage seasoning. Again, you know me, I like to be liberal about the seasonings. So we're just going to pour that on like so. And we're going to take some rosemary and spread that on. I'm going to take my DADITUDE seasoning, and we're just going to do a coating of that. Make sure you want to get a little bit on the outer sides as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. So the seasonings bind on. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same routine. And then once that sits for about another 10 or 15 minutes, the seasoning should be in there pretty good, should be binded to the meat. And then like I said, I'm going to stick it on the smoker at 225 degrees. And really, it's probably going to take about 30 minutes per pound. Today we have an 8-pounder, so it's going to take a good 4 to 4.5 hours to cook. Those smaller ones that are about 2 or 2.5 pounds will cook much quicker, obviously. But today I'm looking at a smoke of about 4.5 pounds. So this is basic seasoning for this. I'm not going to do the back side for you, but I am going to show you the finished product before we put it in the smoker. And then I'll show you the product in the smoker as we get going. So until then, see you soon. All right, I have the pork loin seasoned on both sides. And as you can see, I've got probes stuck in both sides to make sure I have an even cook. Again, we're going to cook this to an internal temperature of 145 degrees. You can see the seasonings have binded on very, very well. And this is probably going to go ahead and smoke for about another 4 hours. And then we'll open up the lid and we'll see how it looks and we'll pull it off. See you soon. All right, the moment of truth is here. It's 145 internal temperature and it's ready to pull this off, and we'll let it rest for a little bit and then we'll cut into it. Looks so good. Welcome back to DADITUDE, BBQ, and more. And as you can see, this pork loin is completely finished. This thing is so stinking juicy. It's unbelievable. I've been having to clean up the kitchen island because it's so large. It's just hanging off my cutting board right now. But I can just see the juice. I mean, it's amazing. It's so juicy, so tender. And pork loin is actually pretty hard to do that with. So we're going to cut into it here in just a second. But I've got to tell you, this thing smoked up a little quicker than I thought. 8 pounds, and it smoked up in about 3 hours. So it's a little bit early to take it off, but the internal temperature was at 145. So we're going to do a little cut through and have a moment of truth tasting, and I'm ready to go. I tell you, it's not wait. Oh, I mean, the juiciness here. I'm just going to hold this up to this camera just for a second. I mean, you can see the juice just dripping off of that. That's unbelievable. Now the moment of truth, though. Oh. This is tender pork loin, not dry at all. It has that, it's the sage and the rosemary that really give it its flavor, along with the DADITUDE seasoning. But any seasoning you use, this is just really good, guys. I mean, I'm not a big pork loin eater. I don't eat it a lot. But I got to tell you, if you have a good dipping sauce with this, which I'll be making later today, this is going to go over well today. So again, this is a pork loin smoked on a Pit Boss Pro 1600 smoker, and it took me about 3 hours to do this. And as you could tell in the beginning, the preparation time was quite simple. So if you want an easy to make meat dish over the holidays or any day really. By the way, I also wanted to mention that this pork loin cost me roughly $18. So again, just like in the last video when we made the pork belly burnt ends, and I said you get a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, we're going to get a lot of bang for our buck with this today. So again, affordable and easy to make, which makes cooking so much more fun. That's about it for today. I do want to remind you to smack that bell, subscribe, and share this video with those who may want to learn how easy cooking can be. I'm hoping to get back on soon to teach everyone how to make some good pan-seared salmon and some pan-seared red Argentinian shrimp that I picked up at Sam's Club the other day as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Until next time, though, this is DADITUDE saying goodbye and Happy New Year.
DADITUDE barbecue. He's the grilling dude. DADITUDE barbecue. You know how we do. Let it burn, smoking meats on that smoker grill. Clouds in the sky, you can smell the flavor in the air. DADITUDE.